I do have some. I wouldn't
Some
want to
boundaries.
interrupt the.
Right.
Well, yes, but no, I absolutely do have boundaries. And I told you I'm a fire and brimstone guy by nature, so I'm a moralizer. But my own, I wouldn't want to interrupt the experience of the group by hitting on a woman while she's participating. However, if I were to go up to that trash can and pick stuff out of it, if they have a problem with that, that's their fucking problem. I'm doing my thing. They're doing their thing. If they can't hang with me picking shit out of the
You wouldn't
trash,
feel ashamed to do that in front of people looking on?
no. I mean, what? No. I mean, look, I've never done dumpster diving, but I know people who have. I mean, it's not. Dumpster diving is going into dumpsters behind restaurants looking for food. Like, it's not.
I did that as a kid.
Did you? Yeah. So, did you feel ashamed then?
No, as a kid, I was in 8th grade. I was just looking for donuts and stuff. Stuff that was in a package.
Right.
That was just old.
Right.
Past its sell-through date.
Right. Well, and that's nothing wrong with that. But no, I wouldn't feel ashamed. When I was a kid, also, I used to go into trash cans. I was looking for tin cans, but I mean, how no one else knew that. I was recycling, but it's not their. I mean, it's not their business.
So in the Avimelech story, it says, on this occasion the text is pointedly silent about Sarah's beauty. In light of the subsequent relations between Abraham and Avimelech, it's quite possible that the king's goal was an alliance with the patriarch for purposes of prestige and economic advantage.
I'm sorry.
The text is silent about Sarah's beauty. Looks like Avimelech is looking for prestige and economic advantage
by marrying Sarah.
Well, hooking up with her. He's not doing it because she's so hot.
Right. Well, the art scroll does say that her beauty was restored, and the fact, as we mentioned, the fact that the orifices of both he, and it specifically mentions he, his wife, and his maids. So these are women with whom he would have had intimate contact, had their orifices closed up. Well, having an orifice closed up is a symptom of gonorrhea, and which is in this day and age, anyway, I don't know about then, was an affliction of that part of the world, common in that part of the world. So, no, it seems that her beauty was restored, that the art scroll was correct, and that Avimelech knew the pleasures of Sarah.
Why does Abraham go to bat for the city of Sodom when God says he's going to destroy it? Yet when God asks him to sacrifice his son Isaac, he says, okay, let's settle up.
Yeah. Well, I did think, if you read evolutionary psychologists or sociobiologists, not everyone does, and maybe we shouldn't, but there's a male terror of lack of paternity, not being the biological father of your children.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it appears that Avimelech may be the biological father of Isaac, and then Abraham's disconcerting to me, not to the rabbis, but to kill his own son. I don't know. It just seemed noteworthy, those two things together. I mean, the Akedah is supposed to be a symbol to us of God first, Hashem first, Hashem before everything.
Now it's interesting. The Akedah is known in the Jewish tradition as the binding of Isaac, but nowhere does God tell Abraham to either bind Isaac or to sacrifice him. So somehow Abraham got that in his head that he was supposed to bind Isaac to the altar and sacrifice him.
Now I need to refer back to the text. Does the text specifically identify that he bound him to the altar?
Yeah, it says he bound his son Isaac. He laid him on the altar on top of the wood, and he picked up the knife to slay his son.
Right. Well, he wasn't a shochet, so he didn't have a lot of experience killing things in one blow. So maybe he was worried that he just hurt him badly the first time, and he didn't want him to move around too much. He didn't want him squirming or something.
Well, God does say, offer your son there as a burnt offering on one of the heights that I will point out to you. So,
yeah, those.
So well, I guess he decided he should
bind him.
Bind him and then shecht him.
Yeah. So those are the two things that jump out at me. Once that he wasn't, that he knew he wasn't a shochet, so he was just figuring he was planning for contingencies. And the other is just that the word bind reminds me of actually the word yoga, which is also it's related etymologically to yoke. There does seem to be a spiritual surfaces in a lot of traditions where binding has a spiritual meaning, a binding to the divine. So, maybe we're supposed to get some spiritual significance out of it.
Has God ever told you to go kill someone?
I have had very few conversations with God, and none of them were especially memorable. God has never told me to do anything, so far as I can tell. I think at one point he kind of checked in when I was like 5 or 6, and he was just like, "Look, just rely on your own judgment." And I was like, "Fine." What about you?
No.
No, I've never understood the appeal of killing, but it does have a real appeal to a lot of people. When kids kill insects, for example, or kill animals, I think Eric Fromm, was saying, or someone was saying, probably a lot of them have said that it's the same thing serial killers experience when they kill people. Like they feel like they're getting to the essence of something. They're seeing how being the agent of death is somehow.
I think like sex is a much healthier way to try to get to the essence of something.
Well, and the French call an orgasm like the petite mort, the little death. So in some ways, yes, it's a healthier form of conquest. The orgasm.
Yeah.
I do think the orgasm is for men is the appropriate conquest. Like, because I always thought that this for me,
it's much more appropriate than murder.
Well, no, certainly than murder, but even than sex itself. It's not just access, because if access and just sex is the goal, then that's how you get what they call like two-pump chumps and stuff. Once they get in, they've done what they want. If the woman's orgasm is the conquest,
right, then you've conquered her.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I see that. I understand. I understand why secular people could find a challenge and a thrill in that.
Yeah.
For those of us who understand Torah,
well, for you guys, it's a spiritual. You're there with the woman. You're not. It's not goal oriented.
Right.
And ironically, that's what allows you religious people to have the best, most spiritually transcendent sex. Right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Abraham, who was so daringly eloquent on behalf of the people of Sodom, surrenders in total silence to his own bitter personal destiny, does not question divine constancy. Early the next morning, the old man rises to fulfill the divine charge. So he just kind of takes it as his bitter fate.
Was the Akedah as challenging to the rabbis of the Talmud, do you know, as it is to people?
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure even 2,000 years ago it would have seemed pretty strange. Yeah. But supposedly he bound him on top of what is now Jerusalem, and what was the temple, and what was the Kadosh Kadoshim, the Holy of Holies, which is that whole area where they do offer sacrifices.
You can go down into the Muslim part of
I went to the
Haram al-Sharif.
Yeah, the Dome of the Rock.
I went
to the Dome of the Rock,
and you can go down there,
where
and that's
Isaac was bound. Yeah.
They think it was Ishmael, but
did they?
I think they think he bound Ishmael well, and also that's where Adam. They think all kinds of things happened in that spot. But anyway,
crazy Muslims,
stupid Muslim ideas, whatever. Let them have their wishes. But
okay.
but that rock, or at least that rock is still there to be seen. Yeah, he bound him in. So I guess that's that's the source of the holiness of the Har HaKodesh, or whatever we call it, where the Temple Mount is that's where Abraham meekly bound his only son and attempted to kill him. This is when Judaism feels like Islam to me, actually, because the idea of just complete submission.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no better example of complete submission than to have someone tell you, "Hey, your only son who you love, kill him tomorrow." And this, okay.
Do you think the Holocaust could happen in America, in the United States of America?
Anything could happen. I think it's staggeringly unlikely.
Because, like, by